Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle and Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Godwin Sunday. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. And now to the news. President Bola Tinubu has commiserated with the former Senator Smart Adeyemi over the passing of his mother, Princess Victoria Adeyemi. In a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, Tinubu acknowledged the enduring impact of her legacy, especially in the Iyara community of Kogi State and among her numerous associates in Niger State, where she lived for 45 years and raised her 6 children before relocating to Abuja. He also paid tribute to the late matriarch and community leader, fondly remembered for her benevolence, humility, and peaceful disposition, which endeared her to all who came in contact with her. President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerians to intensify prayers for the military and security agencies, recognizing their sacrifices in protecting the nation against terrorism and banditry. The president made this known after Eid el-Kabir prayers in Lagos. Defense correspondent Kike Lomo Okere has the details.
Speaking after the Eid el-Kabir prayer in Lagos, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu emphasized compassion, unity and selflessness during the season, urging citizens to support the vulnerables and behave responsibly. He highlighted the extraordinary effort of troops on the front lines and encouraged fervent prayers for their safety.
The spirit of peace must come together, be one another's brother's keeper, give your neighbors, love everyone equally. We must pray hard for our troops who are keeping us safe, making the sacrifices in the challenges that we face in terrorism and banditry today. We must pray for them specifically, and we must remember their sacrifices and continue to be of good behavior.
The event was attended by key government officials, security advisors, and prominent business leaders. The Chief Imam of Lagos State also urged the faithfuls to emulate Prophet Abraham's spirit of sacrifice. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
Vice President Kashim Shettima joined Muslim faithful at the National Prayer Ground to offer prayers and sacrifice to Allah as part of Eid el-Kabir celebration. Our correspondent Samuel Odi completes the story.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Today, Muslim faithfuls gather to celebrate Eid Mubarak, a significant celebration. At the National Prayer Ground, Vice President Kashim Shettima urged Muslim Ummah to pray for Nigerians' peace and development. The Vice President urged Nigerians to pray for armed forces and security personnel who are keeping the country safe.
I would like to call on all Nigerians to rally around the President for us to reposition our nation for greatness. What binds us together surpasses whatever that divides us.
Muslims perform ritual animal sacrifice to commemorate the celebration. Imam Lukman urged Muslim faithfuls to pray for the country's leadership and transparency in governance.
The Eid al-Adha, that we slaughter, we sacrifice ram for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we encourage all the citizens of this country to listen to the directive of the governments and to do the best so that the efforts of the government will be seen in the public, not to sabotage the effort of the government.
To mark Eid Mubarak, Muslim faithfuls in Nigeria gathered in their numbers at the National Prayer Ground to mark and say prayers to Almighty Allah for making it possible for them to witness another year's Eid Mubarak. Samuel Odi reporting for Global Television News.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has confirmed that all 484 Nigerian pilgrims affected by fire incident at their hotel on Shari Mansur Street in Mecca are safe and accounted for. The incident occurred around 12 p.m. KSA time on Saturday. The affected hotel, identified as Imaratus Sana, was accommodating pilgrims from 6 Nigerian private tour operators companies. Despite the scare, Nakan has reported no casualties and all pilgrims have been safely relocated to Mina. According to a statement signed by Fatima Usara, Assistant Director, Information and Publications Division for the Chairman, CEO of NACON, immediate emergency response by Saudi authorities and the hotel management helped to contain the fire swiftly and prevent it from spreading all over the building. Constitutional lawyer Professor Mike Ozakome, SAN, has cautioned that Nigeria is veering dangerously towards authoritarianism, warning that the country would morph into a de facto one-party state if current trends continue unchallenged. Ozakome sounded the alarm over what he described as a growing erosion of political diversity and ideological identity in Nigeria's democratic space. In a one-party state, dictatorship reigns supreme. Everybody will agree, National Assembly pocketed, judiciary will be pocketed, and everybody will be saying, yes, 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 end of quote. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has invoked a no-pay, no-work policy on the federal government following the continuous delay of salaries of its members. ASU National President Professor Chris Piwuna disclosed this in an interview with our correspondent in Abuja. Piwuna accused the government of trying to frustrate members of the union following the departure from the Integrated Payment and Personal Information System, popularly known as IPPIS. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a warning in Abuja about the creation of a fake Facebook account in the name of its permanent secretary, Ambassador Dumona Ahmed, which account has defrauded by a lot of persons in Nigeria. He advised that the public not to engage with individuals or groups behind such fraudulent scheme as they are deceptive and harmful. According to him, the ministry is working closely with security agencies and Meta, Facebook parent company, to investigate and shut down the fake accounts. President of the Senate, Godswill Obot Akpabio, has commended the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umo Eno, for defecting to the All Progressive Congress. It was reported that Eno officially defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress at an event held at the Government House in Uyo, the state capital. The governor defected alongside his deputy, Akon Eyekenyi, as well as members of the State Executive Council, federal and state lawmakers, and local government council chairpersons. Reacting in Facebook post, Akpabio said Eno's decision to join the All Progressive Congress shows his commitment to the welfare of the people. Governor of Borno State, Babangana Zulum, and the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar El Kanani, have appealed to the federal government to fast-track the rehabilitation and expansion of the Alau Dam. The duo made the appeal when the Shehu paid the traditional Salah homage to the governor at Government House, Maiduguri, saying such was necessary to avert another Borno flooding disaster. Zulum, who expressed concern over the slow pace of work on the project, warned that at the dawn of this year's rainy season, urgent action was needed. The Nigerian Air Force said it has carried out precision airstrike on key Boko Haram strongholds in Borno State, neutralizing several terrorists. The service also said the airstrikes crippled terrorist logistics infrastructure ahead of the Eid celebrations. According to a statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information at NAF headquarters, Air Commodore Hehime Ejodame, the airstrikes were conducted under Operation Hadikai on June the 5th and 6th, targeting terrorist enclaves in Tubuma, Baba and Cherilia, located in the South Tubums region of the state. In another development, a disagreement between the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and the CDC over an investigation allegedly illegal mining activities in Rafin Gabas, Aguada Town, Kokona local government area of Nasarawa State has escalated. Both security agencies accused each other of misconduct and interference in the investigation. The dispute, which has now been taken to the courtroom, centered on conflicting claims surrounding a mining site linked to allegations of culpable homicide, trafficking of underage children for labor, and obstruction of justice. A Benue State Governor, Hyacinth Alia, has met behind closed doors with traditional rulers to discuss the current security situation in the state and clarify the circumstances surrounding the recent visit of the Chief of Army Staff. Felicity Ndera reports that the governor's clarification comes in response to the growing public concerns over the purpose and outcome of the military's presence in the state. You are watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. When News Cycle returns, Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu says power supply to improve soon. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. In business, Nigerian Shippers Council has reaffirmed federal government's commitment to automating the port sector for optimal efficiency. NSC Executive Secretary and CEO Dr. Akuta Pius stated this disclosure during a courtesy visit to the Lekki Deep Sea Port. Akuta stated that NSC is championing automation as a key standard to enhance efficiency and effectiveness in the maritime sector. Nigeria and Angola are emerging as key players in African energy transformation, poised to lead the continent's push for energy security as reaffirming capacity is projected to rise significantly, reaching up to 90%. This projection was made in the African Finance Corporation's newly released report. The corporation noted further that to unlock this potential, two complementary investment tracks will be required. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, says that President Bola Tinubu's administration is already fixing the fundamental structural issues that have been bedeviling the power sector over the years. Adelabu described the ongoing improvement in power supply across the country as a tip of the iceberg when compared with what is to come in the next few years. The minister expressed optimism that in the next few years, the sector will deliver far more improved service, which will see power supplies serving every Nigerian home, household, businesses, institutions, and industries. European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde says policymakers are in good place to deal with global uncertainty after cutting interest rates by another quarter point. Our correspondent Uyi Agbomofwebe has more. I sincerely apologize for inability to bring you that report right now. On the foreign scene, Russia unleashed a barrage of missiles, drones and bombs across Ukraine, killing 5 people in a major attack that the mayor of Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, described as unprecedented. Russian forces have accelerated attacks on Ukraine in recent weeks, with the Kremlin vowing to retaliate over a brazen attack on its air base last weekend. In Kharkiv, Major Igor Teragov counted 48 Iranian-made drones, 2 missiles and 4 guided bombs before dawn in the city of some 1.4 million residents located less than 50 kilometers from the Russian border in northeastern Ukraine. The U.S. Treasury Department has announced sanctions against more than 30 individuals and companies accused of helping Iran evade sanctions and launder billions from oil and petrochemical sales to fund its nuclear and missile programs. The department stated that the sanction network operated as a system of shadow banking involving front companies in places like Hong Kong and the United Arab Emirates. The goal, it said, was to bypass existing sanctions, obscure the origin of oil proceeds, and funnel money into military-linked projects. Meanwhile, Gaza Civil Defense Agency said Israeli forces killed at least 13 Palestinians, 6 of them in shooting incidents near a U.S.-backed aid distribution center in the territory's south. Gazans have massed at Al-Alam almost daily since last May to collect humanitarian aid at a center about 1 kilometer away. Operated by the U.S.-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, the Israeli military said it was looking into the incidents, the latest deadly fire near the Al-Alam aid point. And in sports, world record holder in the 100-meter hurdles, Toby Amusan, will not compete in a trademark event at the Wrestlers Grand Prix in Kingston, Jamaica on Saturday, which is today, as she lines up instead for the 100-meter A final. The 27-year-old Nigerian will be up against a strong field that includes Jamaica's Tia and Tina Clayton, Kemba Nelson, Ashanti Moore, and Alana Reid, alongside American Micah Briscoe and Jasius Sears, in what promises to be a highly competitive sprint battle at the National Stadium. Originally listed to compete in the women's 100 meters B final, Amusun was later moved into the Elite A final double championship sponsored by KFC. Galatasaray have intensified their pursuit of Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen following his refusal to join Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal. The Turkish champions have submitted a formal contract proposal to Osimhen, who recently concluded his on loan at the Istanbul club from Napoli, according to reports from transfer insider Fabrizio Romano. Galatasaray are reportedly looking to secure a permanent deal for the 27-year-old as part of a bold summer rebuild aimed at boosting their attacking options. And that's the news on Global TV News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I am Godwin Sunday. Thank you for watching.